Hello and welcome to another weekly unboxing with me, Blue Justin. Still not blue, still looking in the mirror and wondering where half the fur on his face has gone every single time. Okay, this week is going to be a bit quicker than last week, I think, because I've got less things bought, and I've got a couple of nice interesting ones, and I'm going to point you at a couple of unboxings that I've done for some of them. And I think we should probably get on with it now, but just over there. Okay, first things first, we have the recent release of Super 8. This is the Zack exclusive Steelbook with slip. Now, I must admit I was a little bit disappointed in that I would normally have got the just the Steelbook because the artwork is really nice, but I went for the Steelbook with slip because quite often recently when you do that you get a nice hard slip which is good and protective, even though in this particular case the artwork is the traditional artwork and not as good, in my opinion and most people's opinion, of the new Steelbook art. As it happens in this case, the Steelbook, let's just show you this, inside is the new Steelbook art, obviously, but the slip itself is just your standard flimsy cardboard slip. So if you're a real big fan of slip covers and how they look on the shelf, and but you'd still like a Steelbook, then this is the one for you. It just costs you £1 extra. But if you don't mind that much about a slip cover, and it's thinking, oh, £1 extra, is it really worth it over for the cost of a Steelbook anyway, then I'll just go with the Steelbook. I haven't done an unboxing for this one. As you can see, it's I'll just do a quick overview then. It's a glossy finish, but what's really quite nice about it, I'm not sure you can make it out, is that on the gloss, especially around, say, this blue section just here, you can't see it really, but it's got like a metallic sheen on it. I think it's the same up there. So it's not just, it is just gloss, there's no embossing or debossing, but the sheen is metallicized in certain areas. The rear, by the way, is the same as the regular poster around the front cover of the slip. I shall just pop that back away, and that's obviously the 4K. Okay, right, moving on. This week's big release, the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League. This is the HMV exclusive Steelbook, which I've done a proper unboxing of, and I'll put the link to that down below. That's just how it looks out of its protective slip. It's going to take ages for me to get back in, so I'll do it later. Oh, in addition to the regular unboxing that I did, in response to a request on that, I also did a very short video of the menu screen and the subtitles and audio that came up, and that's, I'll also put a link down below for. Okay, right, this one I've also done an unboxing for. This is the Zabi 4K exclusive for Chaos Walking. Not received the best reception for the film or even the Steelbook artwork, but I do recommend that you go and watch my unboxing because there are a few interesting things in there that you might like to see about this particular release. Skylines. Quite a recent release actually. This is the third part of the trilogy following on from Skyline and Beyond Skyline. I picked up Beyond Skyline, I think it was last week or the week before. It's a reasonable price. This one's relatively recent, but has dropped in price quite a lot already. So if you'd like it, please do. It's got a nice slip. And so yeah, odd series, this one, in the sense that the general populace acceptance is that the first one almost always scores lower in the rankings than both of the sequels. This one is next. We have Once Upon a Time in China, the trilogy. This is a relatively recent Eureka release. Eureka released the rest of them, all the contents rather, separately, or in a different packaging. I think they might have been in a in Amray's inside a big box. This one is a single, looks like a single Amray in there, but it's significantly cheaper, and I'm really interested in the films. As per usual with Eureka, they've done an excellent job on lots and lots of goodies on the back there. I'm not going to go through them all. Needless to say, there's lots of them. But the main extra over any previous DVD type releases of this Once Upon a Time in China trilogy is that they have added the fourth film of the trilogy. Sounds like Hitchhikers now, which is Once Upon a Time in China and America, and that's also included in the set on Blu-ray. And of course, that's one of Jet Li's most famous roles. My only German or only foreign import this week is, let's try to pronounce it, that's always fun, Kampfflieger. It's the German title for The Hunters, which is a Korean war movie starring Robert Mitchum and Robert Wagner with Lee Phillips. It's a good film, but the only place you can get it on Blu-ray is Germany, which is why I imported it from Germany. I have the DVD already, so I know that I enjoy the film. Nice little case. I don't know, it looks like it's also got a reversible cover because it's got a word, I forget what. Hasn't got Wendy cover written underneath it, which is definitely translates as reversible cover. But I think that means it's got another word that means it. Actually, I'll open it up for you. Got a bit of time. Yeah, there are obviously two different words in German that mean reversible cover. I thought one might have meant reversible cover, but it's got different artwork. This particular case, it's the same artwork, just with the age rating markings removed, which is the main thing that I'm interested in. On to my next one, which is Skyline. Yes, I know I said earlier that it's famously the worst of the trilogy, but being the first, it's a bit hard to watch a trilogy without being able to watch the first one first. And it's quite cheap at the moment. It has been in Poundland, but unfortunately it isn't at the moment, so I had to pay a couple of extra quid for that. Tai Chi Master, Jet Li, Michelle Yeoh. You're not going to go wrong there, are you? For those who are interested, it does have an English 5.1 DTS HD Master Audio dub. So if you don't like subtitles, then this is English audio friendly for you. It's also got an audio commentary by Bay Logan, quite famous for doing audio commentaries on Asian cinema. obviously it does have English subtitles for those who do want to listen in the original language, and it's also got all sorts of little bits of interviews on locations, meditations, and the trailer. So yeah, looking forward to seeing that one. And that's the Ultimate Edition. So it's a bit odd. Hired to Kill. Sounds like a really cheap knockoff film, and in fact I thought it probably was, and it still probably is. I have the DVD. It was given to me one Christmas almost as a Jakey type present because it had lots of action type poses on the front and was absolutely dirt cheap. So, and that was when only DVDs were available. Yes, we're going back that far. So, blow me down with a feather when I came across the fact that not only was it available on Blu-ray, but it was available as an Arrow release on Blu-ray, whereas the original that I've got on DVD had no extras at all. This, being an Arrow, has loads and loads of extras, and it's a brand new 4K scan restoration of the film, approved by the writer-director. They don't go to town on even stuff that I hadn't really appreciated before. It's got George Kennedy in it, and apparently Oliver Reed chews the scenery nicely. With a tagline of "No man on earth could get him out of prison alive, 7 women will try," and a description of hugely entertaining action flick featuring guns, girls, and a plethora of budget-busting explosions for good measure, you know it's going to be some good fun there. So looking forward to opening that one up and giving it a good watch. And this next one is a Poundland pickup, and that is XMen Days of Future Past. This is the 3D version, which is why I got it. It's got a nice slip on there too. I'm intending to get the 4K of this quite soon, so having the 3D, which obviously that's not going to include, is high on my priorities list, so I can watch it in that format when I so desire. I'm sorry about all those reflections. Half Past Dead. This is another one to my Steven Seagal list. It's quite a good movie. I've got the DVD double pack of Half Past Dead 1 and 2, but Steven Seagal isn't in Half Past Dead 2, so the only one I really particularly was interested in updating was the first one, so I have, and it was very cheap. I think that was second hand actually. War, what is it good for? Absolutely Jet Li and Jason Statham. So yeah, so I picked this one up. Statham and Lee, again, two good go-to people for action movies. I'm a big Statham fan. Statham. And so I'm trying to, he's next on my list of films to update from DVD to Blu-ray when I haven't got them on Blu-ray yet. So this is the first of those. This is actually a pretty darn good film with a nice couple of twists in that I certainly wasn't expecting when I first watched it. I didn't watch it, I watched it. And lastly, for my Blu-rays this week, another Statham film, Transporter 2. I have this on DVD and want to upgrade it to Blu-ray, of course, so that's what I've done, and again, it's a good price drop. The only one I've got on Blu-ray so far is the first one, which is by far the best in my opinion. That one I got on a Blu-ray. It wasn't a Steelbook, it was a metal pack, annoyingly enough. And I was hoping that they'd all come out in some sort of Steelbook matching form. But I found out that this is very unlikely to be the case because of different studios owning the rights, etc. So it doesn't seem to me it's very likely that all of a sudden they're going to release Transporter 2 on Steelbook on Blu-ray, if they haven't already. So I picked it up now. Good price. Though I have ordered Transporter 3 on Steelbook second hand, and that should hopefully be arriving this week for my next week's video haul. Oh, just as a bonus, just to prove that in the wrong place, that it's I do sometimes get DVDs as well for stuff that you just will not get on Blu-ray, and you never will. This was a nice pickup and proves it's always worth checking around carefully on places like eBay, because even though nowadays people are much more switched on to the fact of they can charge full prices or even more, because people just assume that because it's on eBay it's cheaper, when often you can get it cheaper from a shop. This is the complete 1-to-8 series of Hustle. I think it's an absolutely fantastic series. I've got them all separately actually on DVD already, but getting them on thin pack for a very cheap price, I can probably resell the DVDs separately, a couple of which are quite rare, for more than, as I once added them all up, for more than this one cost me, because the person on eBay ticked the box that said it was in good condition, so it's down as used, even though in the description, and correctly, he stated that it was still had the shrink wrapping on. And he also put up a picture of the seasons 1 to 4 set, despite the fact he stated in the title it was the seasons 1 to 8 set. So anybody who looked at the picture might have thought, oh, that's the 1 to 4 set he's going to send me. It's too much hassle to buy it and send it back because he's made an error, so I won't bother even bid. So I got this one at a very, very good price. Anyway, thank you everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And incidentally, welcome to any of the new subscribers I've had since the last video. I have had a bit of an influx, which is very nice to see. Some of them outfluxed again, so I don't know whether that was a computer glitch at YouTube's end, but I am still up on the deal, so to speak. So hopefully some of those people who have subscribed are real subscribers, and welcome to the channel. Hopefully got some more new content for you, and this haul video, weekly haul video, comes out around the same time each week on Monday afternoons. So please keep an eye on it, and watch and enjoy. I'll try to make them useful as well as just showing off what I've got. And please keep on enjoying yourselves and enjoy this bank holiday weekend if you are not working, or even if you are working, I suppose. And keep an eye out for those Amazon bargains that seem to have gone bonkers recently. And enjoy the TV, enjoy the cinema, enjoy the films, whatever you're watching, and enjoy everyone's YouTube channel. Cheers. See you soon.